Boy, what a matchup. Two NFL franchises with so much history, so much tradition, getting set to do battle here. As it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Chicago Bears.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go from Soldier Field.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. They'll start on the ground with Hubbard. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
They'll go play action here with Williams. And that is incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
Here comes the Bears punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. You look at this Bears defense. It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down.
And Robinson, the motion man right.
Out of the gun now on third down.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
The rookie from Arkansas on target there. It's a first down.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That good for 22 and a first down.
Good, strong, explosive run that started inside, which means you've got to control those defensive linemen, the defensive tackles, the nose guards. Those guys have to be controlled. How about the offensive line, the job they just did?
Yeah, key that A-gap usually on those runs, right?
That's where it all starts, because everyone wants to kind of control that area. It disrupts things from the defensive side and the offensive side. As we just saw, it opens up possibilities. Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 22-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
They go play action here on first down. He finds his man complete. That's Cummings. And they'll get this down to the 10. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Second and 13. This is caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. They'll still have a 3rd and goal now despite picking up 13 yards on that pass play. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Now they tried to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. Where do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Yeah, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Throwing is Williams.
And his Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
Now 3rd down and very long.
The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expecting to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
$51 yards on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Back to throw.
Harrison. Now a screen set up for Johnson.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
This defense for the Bears, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson.
And he will have the Steelers 1st down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. They stay on the ground on 1st for Johnson. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. From the 25, here's 2nd down and 3.
Looking to throw. Harrison. Over the middle, complete. It's Cummings. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
Not too many teams will use a 1st-round pick on a tight end, so you know that when one does, he's got to be pretty darn special.
A small example of why they took him in the 1st round there. Nice little catch and run to get the good yardage. Back to throw. Harrison. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Steelers add 6 to their lead.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
Play action. Now Williams. That's complete. Luther Burden.
And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
A promising sign there from an offense that hasn't done a whole lot to this point. Nice job to locate the open receiver. And it's good yardage and a first down to open the drive.
Off the play fake, it's Williams. That's complete. Roma Dunze.
Touchdown, Chicago!
Roma Dunze.
42 yards.
And the Bears have got it back to within a score.
And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is down to 2.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8.
Operating from the gun, Harrison. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 23 yards the pickup there. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Off the play fake, Harrison. He finds his man, complete. That's Klein. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd down and a yard.
Looking to throw. Harrison. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf, 30 yards.
And the Steelers are able to add on to that lead.
Boswell for the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
He's going to try and take off with it.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score. And a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower postgame. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
To throw, it's Williams. Pass caught by Burden.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Looking to throw is Williams. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
To throw, Williams.
It's complete to Diggs. Just a gain of a couple there. And that'll bring up 4th down. With that catch, he's now 18 away from 1,000, so he's at 982. And that's how many Randy Moss had, 2018 Hall of Famer.
And similar to the recent Hall of Famer, we argue about which catches were the most memorable because so many of them were 982 and counting.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Johnson. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll run with Hall.
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be taken at the 10. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's Williams. He's got this complete to Burden.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. To the air, Williams.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10. To throw once more, here's Williams.
Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
And Walker has it.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. 2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10.
On play action, here's Williams. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Again, he'll drop the throw.
Williams looking to do it himself.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Second and 10. From the gun, here's Williams.
And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Working out of the gun, Williams.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt.
York able to send this one through. Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. They'll set up the screen for Hall.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter.
And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 30.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they start the second half with Johnson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
Here now, 2nd and 4.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
66 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season.
They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Straight ahead is Hall.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
3rd and 1, who are you going to call? Not the scat back. You go with the big man. Hand him the ball and let him get upfield and pick up a first down.
Johnson running right. And he'll find his way down right around the 12.
Brought down on the play by Kayvon Thibodeau.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
Here's 2nd and 7.
They go to Johnson again. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive.
They'll give this to Hubbard running right.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Another first down, this time on a gain of 19.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 14 yards in a Chicago first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
They'll run for the first time here with Brian Robinson.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
2nd and 11.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
A pass complete to Odunze.
And they stop him short of the first as he can only get to the 20.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Cade York on now for the field goal.
From the left hash, this from 37.
York able to send this one through.
And that will cut the lead down to 13.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
The Steelers take over first and 10. They're on 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
Now that's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. A big 3rd down pickup of 20 yards. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Off the bootleg.
Harrison. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
I certainly like what he did right there, because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
A give up the middle to Johnson. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. The Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final nail, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
Looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted,
and nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Chicago!
Chuba Hubbard with his 17th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bears are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, they had done a really nice job on him through 3 quarters plus, but you just had that feeling eventually he was going to get loose.
And this is why coaches always preach that it's a 4-quarter game, right? It gets trite for us. It gets trite for the fans. But this is exactly what they're talking about. What you did before was terrific, but will it stand up if you start giving up big plays as we saw there?
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5.
Off play action. Harrison going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And he's got it inside the 10. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 51 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll run with Hall. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do. Late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Back to throw. Harrison. And that one off the mark, a little late with the throw.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist, but time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And he returns this to the 22.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
To the left side, into the hands of Odunze.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Throwing is Williams. They'll set up the screen here for Hubbard.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Play action. Now Williams.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Fourth down, 10 yards to go.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
Here we go. This is 4th down. They'll go. Here's Williams. He'll try to do it himself.
Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And they take a knee. And they will take a knee here. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Charles, you think about this victory, pretty impressive. They came in facing one of the top defenses in the National Football League. Not only did they get the win, they played a clean football game, didn't have any turnovers against that great defense.
Yeah, it's a terrific